We're just in setup mode here. Give us a few seconds. We should be able to start the trip. So today we're hauling from Iceland to Romania, and we're hauling smoked sprats. And it's probably the longest haul I've done yet geographically, pretty much from one corner of Europe to the other. And I'm already in progress. I had actually started this one this morning, so I've already crossed Iceland, took the ferry, which is a 45-hour ferry ride, and we're at the top of Denmark now. We go down through Denmark, Germany, across Poland, through the corner of Slovakia and Hungary into Romania. So it's a pretty long haul. I don't know if we'll do the whole thing tonight or not. We might do part of it tonight and pick up more of it tomorrow or later on. But we'll see how far we get. So here we are at the dock in Denmark. We've just got off the boat. We are fully rested, so we have 11 hours of driving left. We've got an almost full tank of fuel, so we should be able to make some progress. 11 hours will put us at around 2 in the afternoon, meaning our next sleep cycle will also leave us probably driving at night again. So looks like this trip's going to have a lot of night driving, not as much day driving as we like. It's all about just how it comes out timing wise. I can't really do much about that without screwing up the delivery. This load is not terribly heavy. It's only 17 metric tons, but it's worth 90,000 euro to me. So 90,000 euro is enough to get me off Iceland. Iceland was a very interesting place to drive. A lot of twisty roads, a lot of ice and snow. Not a lot of fun when you've got 20 tons, when you're hauling 20 tons of something. Well, I don't want to say not a lot of fun. It wouldn't be a lot of fun in real life, let's put it that way. It was a lot of fun in the game, and quite white-knuckle-ish. Guess I don't have to worry about traffic coming from that way. Unless it's a boat coming off the water. So here we are in Denmark. We will get at least part of this drive into daylight. We should get daylight in about 4 hours. And we'll get another 5 or 6 hours of daytime driving. I'm in the Volvo Globetrotter XL, 750 horsepower. I got a 12+2 transmission. All in all, pretty good. We're leaving Hirtshals, Denmark, which I probably mispronounced. I'm going to apologize, as I usually do in advance, for mispronouncing European names, but in some ways I find this game more fun than American Trucker. I think mainly because I get to see areas that I'll probably never see in real life. I have very little interest in flying halfway around the world to see them, so this is my way of getting to see them. Or at least a representation of them. The other thing about Iceland is an extreme lack of motorways, of multi-lane highways. It's mostly two-way roads where there's traffic coming at me the whole time. And that can be a little stressful too. I just came off a trip of American Truck, and as a result, 80 kilometers an hour limit seems really slow to me. I was just doing 75 miles an hour, which I'm going to say is around 110, 115 kilometers, something like that. So this feels like I'm crawling, but that's the way it is. Sometimes I do 5 over when I'm on an open highway like this and there's not a lot of traffic. Excuse my yawn. It's me, not the game, yawning. It's kind of late for some of my viewers, so maybe I won't get any live viewers on this one. Which is fine. I'm going to do the drive either way, so I may as well be on here and yak at people. And if it gets too boring, and there's not any interaction, I may cut the feed and go private so I can listen to music or an audiobook, because I can't do that on live stream. Don't want to violate anybody's copyrights here. So this is a fairly light load too. Yeah, 17 tons is not much for this truck. I love how the zoo sign has an elephant on it. Pro Mods add-on has a bunch of nice little touches like that. The signs are enhanced, and there's fart control. Did you see that? Fart control. That's very important to have when you're traveling, fart control. Stuck in the cab of the truck alone. Don't want to be farting too much. Excuse me. I'm going to pause the game for just a second while I check something. My cat's visiting me, my Oliver. I think he wants on my lap, but he can't get on my lap, so I got my hand down there so he can rub against it and I can pet him. Hopefully that's good enough. He can be a little insistent when he wants attention. So that's one of the other things that the Pro Mods adds, is it adds some real signs for truck stops and such. So we can see there's a Shell and a McDonald's sign at that next exit, which is kind of cool. It's kind of nice to see real world stuff showing up. Because it's free, they probably don't have to concern themselves as much with copyright. It's not like anybody's earning money off of the use of those logos. So, whereas if they put it commercially in the actual game, they probably have to pay royalties. And it's just not right. In my opinion, it should be the other way around, because basically they're giving free advertising to these people if they do that. So, just like when I buy a new car and they want to put their name on their tag on the back of the car saying where I bought it, I tell them they can do that if they want to knock $5,000 off the price of the car. And they of course never want to do that, and I said, well, that's called paying for advertising. If you want me to advertise for you, you got to buy that advertising space. I'll write all the great reviews in the world for a car dealer who treats me right, but you're not getting free advertising. You're not going to have your name on my vehicle everywhere I go. Just rubs me wrong. So I noticed when I was stopped that I somehow removed one of my front fog lights, driving lights, when I was doing my last mods, and that's kind of bothering me. So I'm going to look for a repair or maintenance place along the way here where we can stop and fix that situation. And it looks like it's going to be right here. Is that really the first one I'm going to come to? No, there's one there. Is there one in this little town? Oh yeah, but it's way out. Is it bothering me that much? Yes, it is. Okay. So we're going to detour down there to fix that. What I'm talking about, by the way, is this light here. I got one on this side, but not this side. And it's kind of triggering my OCD personality to have it not balanced. So we're just going to drive down there and put another light on the truck and then get back on the road. I don't think we need any maintenance. Oh, we have 3%. Yeah, we'll do some maintenance while we're there too. Now I have a justification to stop. I generally like to keep the maintenance level under 5%. I'll let it go as high as 10 if I really am in a hurry and can't stop, but 5% is kind of my happy zone. I don't want to risk having the truck break down the middle of the highway, and I don't know how far I can push it. I think I got up to 16% once and the truck just stalled, so that's why I get a little nervous when it starts climbing above 5 to 7%, because I think the chance of failure increases. And it is not profitable to get yourself towed and repaired while you're on a job. It's much better to just take care of the maintenance. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get off the highway up here. We're going to take care of maintenance. We've still got plenty of fuel and plenty of time before we need to sleep. So it'll probably set us back an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to do this, but to me it's worth it. So let's see, I have to go on the axis here. Let's drop speed down to 40. Get into that right lane. Driving in Iceland has made me a little paranoid about ramps because they're icy there, and anything more than about 40 you feel like you're going to go off the road. So you'll notice I'm probably a little extra cautious on this trip. I have to say I really like this truck. It's a really, really good truck to drive. Definitely my favorite of the Euro trucks I've driven so far. And it gives us discovery of another town. My goal at one point was to try to cover every town in every country, like in some sort of sequence, but I realized in the end that that wasn't profitable. So now I take trips wherever, and if I happen to add towns, I add towns. If I don't, then I don't. I didn't stream any of my Iceland trip. I promise the next time I head up there I will, as well as when I go to new places I'll try to remember to stream if it's convenient to do so. I may not always do dialogue. Sometimes I may do just a game stream straight up. That way you don't have to listen to me babbling while I drive. Or my hiccups in this case. So we'll pull in here a little ways, and then we'll turn ourselves around. So first thing we're going to do is service the truck. 1,600 euro, we'll get her fixed back up. And we're going to go over here and we're going to add that light because it's driving me crazy. What? No, we want that back. Leave. Yes. Back to configurator. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we want to go over here, and I want another one of these. And what the heck, while I'm at it, let's put these down here, and a couple of them in the middle here. Yeah. Lights are good. Okay. So we'll spend 2,500 euro doing that. And now we're back on the road. Ah, I thought we made that light. I guess not. Darned red light cameras. Back out on the motorway. On our way to Germany. fact, I need to move over into the other lane, it looks like. No, I don't. I don't know why it's telling me to do that. Oh, now I see why. There's a split up here. Pick up a little speed and get ahead of this tanker. Yeah, that one was my fault. I don't know why the highway dropped to nothing, but... looks like it might relate to that little white car up there. Welcome to Germany. I think I hear thunder, which doesn't make sense. It's not, doesn't look stormy out. Looks like we're going to skirt the west side of Hamburg on this trip. I think we went east of it last time, so this should be a different perspective. I'll take that, if that's what it takes to get through. Looks like some kind of castle or something, I'm sure. It's, oh no, it's an office building, I guess. Interesting architecture. Big rail yard, it looks like. Those look like commuter rails. You can get this person just putting on their brakes for no reason. Good reason anyway. It looks like I might have been wanting to be in that. I don't think it mattered what lane I was in. Maybe that's the truck's lane. I didn't see a sign though. Whatever, we're clear. Looks like we're going to tunnel under part of the city. Is that heavy of a, it's not that heavy of a load. I wouldn't have expected to lose so much speed going up there. It must be steep. And here's all the dockyard stuff. So we'll look to the left. And then we'll look to the right. Hamburg is obviously a very industrial city and a shipping port. toward Berlin. That's where our main trucking garage is. Oh, we got a little bit of light rain. God. Hey, Oliver. My Ollie cat. What's our time looking like? Oh, we still got almost 3 hours. I know what you're looking for, Ollie. I don't do that. No, I don't do wet food for you at night. You're gonna have to go one night without it. Trust me, you'll survive. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Rain's gotten kind of heavy. It's big drops. Oop, somebody had an incident. Ooh, that car's all burnt up. That makes for a not very nice day, does it? Doesn't it? Yep. Oh, hey, welcome back. I was just debating whether I should keep the stream going because there's nobody here, but now that I have somebody, I'll keep it going. We're approaching Berlin. Oh, there's one of those trailers I was wondering about. I'm going to try to... Oh, no, don't hit him! Don't hit him! Crap. Dang it. I want to get close to that trailer so I can get a screen cap of it to show people. To show people on the ETS forum and see if they can tell me what the heck it is. Pedal to the metal, let's get this thing. Hey, he hit me. I was in my own lane. And yet I get fined for it. Bastards. Pardon my language, but that really ticks me off. Alright, I want to get closer to this. Get up nice and close. Take a couple screen caps. Alright, I got my pictures. They only cost me about 2,000 euro because of those accidents. Because I'm stupid and was paying more attention to that than driving. Alright, I gotta look for a place to rest. I don't want to go into the city, so hold on a second. We're gonna go out to map mode here. Because I bet it's, yeah, see, it's sending me right through downtown. I don't want to go through downtown. I will take this side's beltway. And then we'll do a rest when we get down here. There we go. Got it all figured out. I don't know what they are. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I kind of thought the same thing, some sort of fluid level indicators, but what's it hauling? I have yet to have an offer for me to haul whatever that is, so I don't know what it's supposed to be. It doesn't have flammable signs on it. It doesn't have any indication that it's some kind of specialized cargo. So, water? milk? I don't know. Later tonight I'll post it on the ETS forum and see what people say. We'll figure it out. Chocomel. I don't know what chocomel is. The other thing that bothers me is almost all the trucks have a logo on them, and it has no logos. It's just an empty, like, blank tank. Maybe it's carrying Soylent Green. How much damage did I take? Only 1%. That 3% is just normal wear and tear on the trailer, so we're good there. Oh, chocolate milk. Got it. I kind of suspect they don't mix that before they put it in the truck. I kind of figure they mix that after it comes out of the big truck. Yeah, Soylent Green. It's people. Also, why do people not put their headlights on when it's raining out like this? It really bothers me. Bothers me in real driving too. I'm one of those people who feels that if your wipers are in, your headlights should be on. Seriously? Chocolate tankers are a thing? Chocolate milk tankers or just chocolate tankers? Oh, chocomel, chocolate milk. That really blows my mind. I would have never thought of that as a thing. I mean, I'm not doubting your word much, but I would have never thought that that would be a thing, I guess. It's not the strangest thing I've heard today. I guess that way you're sure that the chocolate milk's mixed up good by the time it gets to where it needs to go, right? All that shaking around in the truck. Yeah, I know I'm getting tired. I already have plans. You don't need to fade my vision. I'm going to stop in about a half hour. That fast enough? No, but close enough. I did find out, Mark, that it does fine you. It looks like every half hour past your 0 mark that you drive, it fines you 160 euro. The other day I pushed one hard and I got fined twice. And I was about an hour over my driving limit, time-wise. So it does do something other than just annoy me. Yeah, you can buy chocolate milk here in a can or a little carton or whatever, but I didn't ever hear of anybody trucking it, I guess, is the part that blew my mind. Like in a tanker. There's another one. There's another tanker. And it still bothers me that there's no company logos or anything on it. Maybe it's prison. Maybe it's like a high security prison transfer, and they just don't want anybody to know what's in it. Just put them all in a metal truck and carry them. I would have thought taco passes would be something in Mexico. Get it? Taco pass? Yeah, I know what it is. I get... No! 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 Ah! We are not having a good drive tonight. Be lucky if I make money, but at the rate I'm going. I am down 6,000 from when 7,000 from when I started. No, just over 6,000 from when I started. That's fuel and fines. I'm sure Mexico has taco passes too, but it's something completely different. Oh, there it is. I just got fined 160 euro. They'll probably get me one more time before I get there then. Maybe after my rest it won't be raining. Of course it'll be nighttime, which sucks. Yeah, I know, my fines. Tolls, fines, and fuel. Oh, I don't think I've had to buy any fuel yet, so... It's pretty much all fines, because I'm having a bad night. Oh, you mean the pass has your fines on it. Well, that's good, it should. If I'm hiring a driver, I want to know what their driving history is. That's fair. I probably also want them drug tested, a criminal background check, and a credit check. I know our new policy is going to be when we hire somebody new for support, they're going to get a background check and a credit check. Because we've had problems with an employee who we found out later. If we did unknowns, we would have caught him ahead of time. Sad that we live in a world where we got to do that, but... Oh, national border. We are leaving Germany. And it looks like we're going into Poland. Is white over red Poland flag? I think so. Oh, and I can do a rest right there. That's better. I don't have to get off the highway. Oh, that is off the highway anyway. Alright, well we'll do this one then and get fuel at the same time. We'll buy some Polish diesel. Oh, I've got to, the next time I'm doing an American truck one, I'll show you the inside of that Kenworth. It's like having a luxury hotel room to sleep in there. It's pretty amazing. I was shocked at how spacious and fancy it was. Looks like they have the yield. Looks like I just got another fine. Come on, I gotta be able to see what I'm doing here. I think I go this way. Yep. Alright, so first let's grab some fuel. Ooh, euro, 1.02 euro for a liter. That's really cheap for this game. Usually it's like 130 or 140. I don't know what it should be in real life for diesel, but... That was my fuel charge. Now we'll pull through here. And we'll pull over... Looks like pretty much anywhere, but we're going to pull over up here and grab some sleep time. And that means we'll be driving middle of the night. But no more rain. That makes me happy. Yeah, there is an add-on that allegedly does like a weekly update on the fuel prices. I've got to look into that. Of course, again, it is going to be different in each country, I guess, because of different taxes and such things. And I'm just going to drive around in circles here because I don't know where I'm going. Looks like I need to go out the other way. Is Poland part of the EU, by the way? I know they don't use euro for funds, normally. Or I don't think they do, from what I've heard. Okay. On that post back there. I've pretty much given up on minor damage at this point. I'm inevitable that I'm going to do stupid stuff tonight. Yeah, well, we have all the different states that make it that way too. At least we use the same money though. But our speed limits vary from state to state, and obviously taxes and fuel prices and such can also vary. So I kind of get it. Like I say, the one thing that is consistent is our currency, but... Oh, really good roads. The Polish roads suck, by the way. In this game at least, they suck. They're all rough and full of potholes and patches and... Yep, 370 million people here, I know. Boy, do they have shitty roads. Look at the way I'm being bounced around. You're a big fan of the Russians? I got your typo. Dear Poland, we need to talk about your roads. They suck. Look at the way I'm bouncing around. Yeah, it is because you're actually a British citizen, right? I don't know how it works over there, but here you'd be able to probably get away with a work visa since you're employed by a company within that country, as long as that company's willing to sponsor your visa. You wouldn't be able to vote, but you'd have you wouldn't be able to vote or serve the military, but you'd have every other... Actually, you would be able to serve the military. You'd be able to be drafted at a young age. One would have to think that they'll make some sort of accommodation for people in that circumstance. I would think it'd be to their advantage to come up with some reasonable way to handle it. Yeah. But out of 500 million people, 1.6 million is not that much. They should be able to, again, they should be able to come up with something. Well, these roads are better. This must be the part of Poland they care about. Ooh, I see a toll booth ahead. I don't like that. Tolls are expensive. This night driving sucks. So I installed a plugin in this that affects traffic levels by time of day. So when it's around rush hour, the traffic gets really heavy. And in the middle of the night, almost all you see is trucks and very few cars on the highway. It does a fairly good job of making that realistic. When I'm in a near a city, the traffic's heavier and things like that. Felt like it added a little to the game. It would be really cool if it took like the Waze data and actually did it, but it's not. It doesn't do that. Or the Google Maps data, because Google Maps uses Waze data, because Google owns Waze. This truck I'm about to pass is full of cows. You can see them in there. Moo. It's a moo truck. Ooh, fancy digital billboards. It is kind of the one thing I will say about Google Maps that's nicer when you're doing navigation is it tells you what lane to be in. The other thing is, at least my car with Android Auto, I can run either through Android Auto, but if I use Google Maps, it projects it to my HUD, my heads-up display, where Waze does not. The lane assist is really nice, especially here because we have a lot of multi-lane interchanges on highways. And visually, I think it's a little nicer than Waze. No Spotify. I don't Spotify. I mostly do audiobooks in the car, and if not, then it's Google Music. I used to do Pandora, and I actually like Pandora. I may go back to it because I like the variety. I have it pretty well tuned, so I can just tell it to randomly play it. It plays stuff I like. My car's built-in Navi is Garmin-based, and it updates every 6 months with new maps, so it's actually pretty good. I think that well, again, if I download the music or run it on Wi-Fi, it's 384K. If it's over cellular, I think I've got mine set to 192. It's variable, I can set it. Keep in mind that with my tinnitus, my ears are not all that sensitive to the minutia. I can't tell the difference audio-wise between 384 and 192. Pandora maxes at 192. Pandora is pretty efficient on data too, whereas Google Music will murder my data if I run. Like if I do an 8-hour drive with it on, I'll use a half a gig of data in 8 hours, maybe more. As would Spotify. I've also got XM in the car, at least for the next 2 months, because it came with the car when I bought it, a 3-month trial, so I've been using that when I want music. I actually really like Sirius XM, but I don't like it enough to pay their outrageous price for it. Yeah, I never really cared for Spotify. Number one, I'm pretty sure on on the desktop, you have to use an app. You can't run it in the web unless they've changed it. And the other thing, fine-tuning it. I've already got the other two services so fine-tuned that it's hard for me to justify going through that effort for another service when I don't see any benefit to it over the others. I've also got some stuff that's not available streaming. I've got some of my own library uploaded to Google Play, and I can't do that with Spotify from what I understand, is upload my own music to it. So that was another limitation I didn't like. I pay for the subscription because I don't want to listen to ads and because I want unlimited skips and things like that. Like with Pandora, they limit the number of skips you get if you don't subscribe, which again, I don't have Pandora now anyway. I'm not using it at present. But it's a lousy $5 a month. It's not much if I want it. Google is $10 a month. And that eliminates ads, and it adds a couple other things. But part of my Google Music subscription also gives me YouTube Red, so I don't get ads on YouTube, and it helps to monetize, like when I watch Kitten Academy or whatever. Google Play Music, I think, will let you upload 50,000 tracks of your own, something like that. There's some obscene number. I've got some stuff that was done by, I don't want to say non-published, but not high-end bands that don't have commercial contracts. So it's kind of like indie stuff, and that's the stuff I uploaded that I wouldn't have otherwise, because I'm not gonna. My car doesn't even have a CD player. I mean, they just don't exist in cars here anymore. I can get one. I can get one added to my car if I want one, but I'm not going to pay extra for a CD player. Stream everything from my phone through Android Auto. I'm making a lot better time on this trip than I thought I would. I'm like 50 hours early for delivery on this trip. I don't know what FLAC is. It sounds familiar. I should know what it is. Yeah, I don't go to concerts. I hate large crowds. Last concert I think Melissa and I went to was 10 years ago-ish. I don't like being in large groups of people. I don't like strangers touching me. I don't even like people I know touching me. So that's really not an option for me. I'm going to switch to map for a second here and just see where we are. Krakow. Okay. Yeah, we're doing really good time-wise on this trip. Really, really good. I didn't realize we were going to spend this much time in Poland. And apparently they've decided to take up the Italian-French model of let's put a toll booth every 3 miles, at least on this motorway. Yeah, I remember you saying you were at one last night. Concert. I guess that was more like 20-something hours ago, so we went to another one today. I shouldn't be tired. I drank a Mountain Dew about 2 hours ago, so I'll be going to bed late tonight. Although late by my standards is still really early by yours, so I'm rarely awake past 11 p.m. Really closer to 10 p.m. most nights. Alright, we got some pre-dawn light ahead as we go through southern Poland. Yeah, 3 a.m., 7 hours ahead of me. If I'm awake at 3 a.m. it means I'm sick. And if I'm not, I will be. People say you need less sleep as you get older. I need more. When I was in my 20s, 5-6 hours a night of sleep, I was fine. Now if I don't get between 7 and 8, closer to 8, I am a wreck. And if I get less than 5, I'm probably going to get sick from it. Yeah, here I am yawning. 8 p.m. 5 hours of drive time, an 8-hour rest, and then we'll have another 6 hours of driving. So yeah, we're doing good on time. We're doing really good on time. I probably could have taken a double sleep and got us more daytime driving 2 days ago. No point now. Did you have to? I have 2 calls Monday, but I could work from home if I choose to. Best part of working for myself. But I usually go in on Mondays. Melissa's home, and it kind of gives her day of doing what she wants without me around, and because she doesn't work Mondays. And she works from home the rest of the time, but Mondays she doesn't work. Normally she works Tuesday through Saturday, but right now, this weekend she took Saturday off. She's off at some church event for the weekend. Oh, I lost you. You dropped. I'm a crappy salesman too, that's my biggest problem. Actually, according to people who I've talked to, I'm good at it. I just hate doing it. And I don't do cold calls. If I have a warm introduction, I'm great, but I can't I can't cold sell at all. I get it. I've been an engineer for 30 years, so I get your point. Yeah, it is. I can't argue that at all. So it looks like we're going to go south toward Krosno. Poland has lots of farmland. I was going to pass, but with this intersection coming up, I want to be in this lane. And here we are with rush hour traffic. In the morning, that would be about right. Let's look out the window and see what's behind us. Look at that row of traffic. Big line of traffic behind us. Be third light before I get through here. Yep, he's doing what construction workers do best, standing around. The craziest one still was Norway, where there was a roundabout inside a tunnel. I still can't get past that. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I guess if you build your highways and tunnels, that's what's going to happen, right? Is there no right on red in the EU? I feel like everywhere I see a red, if I go right, I get tagged. You mean like a drawbridge? Because we have those here. In the game, there's a couple of them in Portland. Or not Portland, Oregon. Well, one's in Portland, but they're in Oregon. Poland, the land of sunflowers. Okay, on where? We had between 2.5 and 3 hours before we have to stop for our next rest. 130 is about 80 miles an hour, somewhere in that ballpark. It's crazy. I've never seen one on a major highway like that. The ones here I've always seen, including in the game and out of the game, are usually two-way roads like this one I'm on right now. Sometimes 2 lanes each way, but it's not a divided highway. So I've driven under an aircraft carrier before. The Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel combination. You're driving across the middle of the bay and suddenly there's this hole. I mean, it's like a bunker, it looks like, with a hole in it. And you drive under the bay and come up the other side. And I did that once while an aircraft carrier was going through. And I'm talking a big nuclear carrier, like a Nimitz class or something like that. It was crazy. Alright, we're leaving Poland, and I don't know what country that next flag is. It is not familiar to me. Yep, I've done that too. A lot of the airports here, including the one here at DFW, have roads that go under the taxiways. Ooh, speaking of airplanes, let's just put an airplane on a hill in the middle of nowhere. Hello, Oliver. Hi, Ollie Cat. I'm getting visited. Have you ever seen video or seen the airport at Gibraltar? There's a street that crosses the runway. There's like a traffic light to stop traffic when an airplane's taking off. I've seen video of it, and of course I've flown it in a flight simulator. Like, literally, the street drives through across the runways. It's crazy. Is St. Martin the one where they land, or used to, they don't anymore, land jumbo jets right over the beach? Because that one's crazy too. They've actually stopped that practice now. At least that's what I was reading somewhere. Somebody finally realized, I think, that, hey, you know, you could just launch a missile up in an airplane from there, easy. Yeah, that's the one, VKLM. We're going to stop and pull our rest here. I had hoped we could get a little further before we needed to, but... How are we on time? I think we're way early. We are. I'm going to pull a double rest so we can drive the rest in the daylight. Well, half of the rest in the daylight anyway. Okay, see, that's a case where I was already in a lane of traffic and they just hit me and I get fined for it. I don't think that's right. And I get damage out of it. Oliver, what are you trying to do? What are you doing? Why are you knocking stuff over? I don't give you wet food. I know that's what you're looking for, but you're going to wait till tomorrow night when Melissa gets home for that. Wet food is her thing, not mine. If I give you wet food, I'll end up puking in it. And then you won't want it. My cat is such a beggar. Oh, I gotta give him his medicine though. I'm gonna do that while I'm thinking of it. So we're gonna pause for just a second here while I get Oliver his medicine, which he likes because it's a treat as well. So audio may cut out as I walk into the kitchen here. I'm gonna be just about at the end of my range, I believe. Ollie! Ollie, Ollie! What's that? Good boy, taking your medicine. Good boy, Ollie. Alright, we're back. Yes, I am bullied by the cats regularly. But you've seen pictures of Ollie. It's easy for him to bully. He looks at me with those big eyes and purrs and rubs against me, and he gets whatever he wants. Come on. There we go. I do really like how some of the EU countries do that yellow light before it turns green. That makes a lot of sense to me. And just like everywhere else, you hit one red light, you get them all. Come on. See ya. Thanks for watching. Sorry about that, I had an email come in I had to check. For anybody who's watching this in playback, that's why I just paused. I believe we're in Slovenia now? Or Slovakia. And then, I don't know what country it is. It looks like a little bit of Russia we might go into there. And then a tiny chunk of Hungary. And then we'll be in Romania on our home stretch. Looks like we'll finish this run at about, well, it says down there, about 1300. So most of it will be in daylight. Oh, an actual customs booth. Interesting. Well, that's different. Must be because we are going into Russia, which is not EU. Well, that's kind of cool that they do this. I wondered what they would do if we went to a non-EU country. So we have to pull up, stop, and we can go. Very interesting. I reckon we'll see the same thing when we get up to, oh, is this, maybe this is Belarus. Because that doesn't look like the Russian flag to me. Ukraine. Oh, well, there you go. So we're actually touching the corner of the Ukraine here. How interesting. And a bunch of signs I can't read. Uzhhorod. Uzhhorod? I have no idea. I reckon that means we'll do the same thing when we go into Romania. Have another proper border crossing. Really gotta hand it to the Pro Mods folks. They did a beautiful job on this stuff. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, and the Ukraine obviously had its roads built by the same Russians that built the Polish roads. I don't know if you can hear my steering system rattling, but that's the force feedback function from all these wonderful bumps in the Ukraine. I don't know what that was all about. Apparently he was going to pass and change his mind. And more fun road. This is just a drive-through customs, and this one looks like tracks to cross. And I think now we're in Romania. Yes, we're in Romania. Who also has some finely built Russian roads. Probably Soviet built. Either way, they're awful. Boy, I hope it's not 6 hours this to get there. Probably should have stopped there, but I used the old theory of, hey, the guy in front of me didn't, so I didn't think I had to. See that one? Head-on collision on the left side mirror. Because some moron was trying to pass me while an 18-wheeler was coming toward him. Not smart. That looks like a power plant of some sort. stretch here. We're going to arrive, drop our cargo, do service on the truck, fuel it up, and then take a rest. I might actually stop to fuel it up on the way if there's a fuel on this side. I don't want to have to deal with turning around. And we're arriving very early. This didn't even have to be there until Saturday at 23:12. We're going to deliver on Friday at around 1400. That's really, really good. In some ways, it makes me wonder on the game, though. If they want the delivery at a certain time, and you deliver it a day early, I wonder if you should be penalized for that, because now the customer has to deal with it and figure out where they're going to put it or store it or whatever. They may not be actually ready for it yet. You are not going to cut me off. Thus far, Romania's been a pretty pleasant place to drive other than that road in the beginning. Scenic, nice, quiet country roads. Not a lot of traffic. It's probably going to make me regret that when we get to town, but for now we'll go with it. Looks like we got some twisties coming up too. To see, I bet it's a mountain road that goes over those mountains we keep seeing to the right. I would point over there to show you, but I have to be on my toes here. We got good weather, nice sunny with some puffy clouds. Construction. It looks like most of them are actually working. We're going to blow by this slow guy. Kind of reminds me of driving through some of the Appalachians, or maybe even parts of Colorado. Crazy person. There's a glitch. They drove right through that barrier, or that marker, without knocking it down. I bet if I hit it, I get dinged for it. Look at them go. Holy cow. Where's the fire? There was some pretty scenery. Got a lake and beautiful mountains in the background. Glorious power lines and a dam. I mean, what more could you ask for scenery? Actually, it's kind of cool though. Look at that over there. I'm gonna take it slow so we can look a little bit. I'm not gonna turn head though. It's like a miniature Hoover Dam. Down below the dam. Losing my voice too. All right, end of stream, folks. Thanks a lot. Been fun. We'll catch you next time.